I'm Misled. With me is Later, and we're going to be bringing you map number 1 between Team Coast and Denial here in your CEVO MLG Season 8 Pro League. And we're getting underway in this best of 2. Team Coast, your CT-sided team with the 2 stand-ins, and Denial, your T-sided team. No, they're speeding their way up Catwalk, trying to get up on top of Scrunk. They end up taking him down, and they're also able to take down Invert, who actually took quite a bit of damage from his own teammate Scrunk. As, again, another frag in favor of Denial. They're just mowing their way down. Actually, 2 more takes out his own teammate, Legia. Even though he's able to find 2 more frags after that, he makes it a 1-on-3, but Vice in position, back at Catwalk, hits the easy headshot, and that's Denial up 1-0.
Yeah, Dumore was in one of those rare positions where he technically could have won a 1-on-6 by killing his own teammate, but no, didn't fall his way that time, and really, I hope that is not a bad omen for Team Coast's play here in general. I feel like they took the right idea, just getting right out there and engaging with Denial, catching them off guard what they could on Cat with a quick boost there, and already their firepower was not bringing it there. Scrunk just going down immediately, not being properly backed up, and things just kind of fell apart. So for their sake, I hope they can get it together, because there's a B rush incoming that Legia I'm not sure is ready for.
No, definitely not ready. Dumore and Legia were in the vicinity, or well, not vicinity, they were directly in the B bomb site. They got pushed by SMGs and 2 Galils. End up going down to it. Sick also, able to find one with the AK. And, excuse me, not 2 Galils, that was a Galil and an AK. And there's a MPK taking down Invert. Only 1 left alive. That'll be Stanislaw. He goes down to Vice in the MAC-10. 2-0 so far. Denial not dropping the first anti-eco.
No, not even dropping a frag, so they're going to be coming in with a super cheap round. Looks like Sick spent $700, I assume, on grenades. He may be the most heavily invested player in this round thus far. It's actually going to be time with his boy Whitmer. So, really cheap round coming out here from Denial. And another opportunity to win big. I mean, if they can keep 5 players alive and just keep this momentum train going, upgrade their guns, they'll be well on their way to be ripping Team Coast here. But there is a stack here coming out for the CT, so they do have a chance. They could use the car to properly surprise the long players, but it looks like Invert has been exposed.
Invert is able to find 1 before he goes down from car, tries to re-peek out. Shinobi there with the Galil in hand, but Legia with a good flank attempt, able to get 1, but Sick quickly turns around with the AK, takes his head off, and that'll be Sick getting himself a 3K. That'll be Denial up 3-0.
So far as expected, but I will give Team Coast the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, it just didn't work out for them on pistol round, and you know, these anti-eco rounds are total crapshoots. Those are not rounds you could bank on, and because Team Coast didn't eco them doesn't mean that they're gonna get ripped here. But I think this is going to be a very telling round. Really solid shot from Whitmer there. I guess that wasn't a reg. Not sure what happened there. I feel like he hit him, but either way, side take is on Vice, hitting 1, make that 2 frags. Sorry, Sick actually going to steal that second one away.
So Vice and Sick able to earn their way into that B bomb site, shutting down the play from Team Coast. And you have to think at this point, Denial is going to want to try and exploit Scrunk and Legia as much as they possibly can due to their ping imbalance issues here, as they're not playing from North America. But I mean, so far, Denial's working it out. A first gun round in their favor. Team Coast already committed 3 players to the save. That'll be Invert with the op in hand. We're going to have Scrunk and Stanislaw, both with rifles, just trying to hold on to him to the end of this thing. And Invert's the first CT to find a terrorist frag this round. He takes down Sick. And looks like Denial was going pretty heavy into the hunt, but they have to know at this point at least one of them's in pit, so the rest should be there too. Vice doesn't care. He's going to go peek anyways. He's going to try and find one if he can. No one out in the open for him to take down. That'll be 4-0 Denial.
Yeah, Vice is crazy. Definitely ready to frag. That was not a peek I would have taken, but I guess when you have, what, 10K stashed up in your back pocket and no round losses so far, might as well go for it. He might not even have any deaths. No, he does. He does have 1, so... yeah, not quite right there. Oh, Whitmer spotting another CT in mid. Very easily could get this pick here. Someone's going to misstep. I'm not sure who it is, but actually the CT's going to be rotating away. So, I was actually double wrong. It's even Shinobi with the op. Okay, so the terrorists were able to pick up a second op there, and they're working that now. That's why I was looking like a moron.
So Denial into round 5. Guns up across the board. Team Coast buying out into this one. Try and buy up around those rifles that were saved. They're going to have that 1 M4 come out, and then Dumore having to just kind of trudge through this round with only a FAMAS in hand, so going to be a tougher round for Team Coast to try and take away from Denial. Let's see what Denial can bring to the table, though. Looks like they're going to throw that smoke towards CT spawn, gear up in the B tunnels, and it should be a B split here. Possibly a fake thrown at long. Vice has got to be careful. Molotov right around the corner of the door for him. Makes some noise. That actually pulls back. They think it is a solid fake. Or they think it is towards A.
Yeah, the fake was sold really well. Whitmer needed that kill if they want to make this B take work, and seems like that's what they want to do. A lot of pressure here on Dumore, who's trapped in kind of a one-and-out spot. Maybe he can make it work for him, but with only a FAMAS, that's 25 bullets to play with. Not really good. He's a little blind, more blind than I thought he would be. 2 frags thus far. Stanislaw catches one as well, but he doesn't eventually get taken down.
Ooh, Scrunk comes in to hero out the frag onto Shinobi. That's going to leave Whitmer now in a round that looked like it was going to go all the way in favor of Denial. Oh, Whitmer misses the shot, steps out, takes down Stan, able to take down Scrunk also. Has enough time to get the bomb plant as Invert fired off a shot from CT spawn. And it will be a one-on-one with the op coming out here. And Whitmer throws the flashbang over, jumps in the window, hits the op headshot. And that is exactly why I'm hot on Whitmer and the op. Gets himself a 4K. Denial stays perfect 5-0.
Oh, man. Even Sick can't resist. Throws out the some VM there. Claims it was an accident. Who knows? Either way, Sick play by Whitmer. Thought it was going to be too predictable going for that flash and peek. If I was at CT, I feel like I would have been looking towards window, but I also get startled very easily. So maybe I would have just turned and got shot in the back like a moron. Either way, really solid play from Whitmer, single-handedly keeping his team afloat. Not afloat, but keeping them dominating Team Coast. I mean, that was certainly a round that Team Coast should have won. But even still, I think at that point, like even Dumore getting 2 frags with the FAMAS from that one-and-out spot, Stanislaw catching one elsewhere, that was a round that got worked down closer than it should have been from the beginning. But still, to have that ripped away from Team Coast must hurt.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to go well in favor of Denial, but then Team Coast battled back into it, and Team Coast players just getting mopped up here at long. Stanislaw's going to have a shot at Whitmer, ends up taking him down, able to grab the op, so he's going to peek back towards the pit to see if he can get a little bit of an advantage here, trying to hold long A with the op as his teammates are going to go on the rotate. It was a 4 versus 3 until Sick was able to take down Leia. Now we're going to have Stan and Dumore. Dumore's trying to work up over the top of this smoke on Catwalk, and no, he's not. He's going to drop down off a cat near Xbox. He's got to watch out. Sick is on top of him, and Dumore does not get caught. He ends up running away, trades it out for an AK, and he's just going to try and save this one out. Same with Stanislaw. They want to save these 2 rifles for next round, but this will be a 6-0 start in favor of Denial.
Yeah, there's 1 frag for Dumore. He can make it a second one here probably, but no, it's actually Vice that's going to be getting the frag. Stanislaw, as you said, saving as well. Grabbing that op, maybe finding Shinobi here, but nah, round's going to end. So, not all is lost here. Stanislaw holding on to an op, so they have some semblance of an economy. They could try to buy up or something, but, I mean, 6 rounds down, maybe save so you can really fully armor yourself and try to compete with a full buy-up. Right now, no one on this Team Coast team is really fragging. Dumore top fragging with 5 frags. Next closest teammate is Stannis and Invert with 2 a pop. But just as I say that, Stanislaw rips that right away from me. Make that a 3rd one for him, but long has been breached. Scrunk hanging out in the smoke with a 5-7. MKP also about to get exposed. And just like that, Denial may be on their way to their 1st round loss. Oh, Scrunk is nuts!
Wow.
It's nuts.
Scrunk through the smoke ends up just ripping.
And shoots his teammate an AK. Scrunk, you're awesome.
Nice. That was solid play coming out there. Team Coast finally getting themselves around. That was off of a pistol bind nonetheless. So Denial drops around. They were essentially just anti-eco. Couldn't hold on to it. So scores 6-1. Team Coast has some life here from the CT side. Can they keep it going? Their favorite. At this point, they need to win 2 in a row here to save their economy. Otherwise, they're getting reset right now. And wow, man, they still got a ton of cash because they hardly dropped anybody. They picked up a ton of rifles.
Yeah, and with Stanislaw pushing mid here for Coast, there is some upset potential here on the round once again. Scrunk not going to be able to get the better of his engagement. Stanislaw now having to recover, able to get 1. Both CTs have been exposed by Sick, 50-ish HP, and Sick going to stay alive as actually it seems like both players are disengaging there. They'll agree to disagree, go their separate ways.
So we're going to be 4-on-4 now. We have MKP who's down or AS2, formerly known as AS2, playing as MKP at the moment. And we have Scrunk dead. So Team Coast, Denial, both 4 players alive, guns up on both sides. Pretty much equal except for the fact that Denial's got Shinobi and Whitmer with ops in their hands. So they're going to run the double op look here. And it looks like they're gearing towards B. Let's see if this works out. If they're able to make some good shots here, trying to work their way in, we're going to actually have the peaks coming out. Here comes Shinobi with the op, and actually Sick ends up taking down the headshot on Legia. So B bomb site wide open. Dumore the only one there to try and help out, prevent the site take, but Sick will cross into the bomb site, take Dumore down right at the door as Invert will remove Whitmer. But it would be a two-man retake attempt, and already it looks like Team Coast just committing here to the save with that op and AK.
Yeah, as they should be. I mean, if they couldn't beat Whitmer solo 3v1 before, I'm not sure they're going to take this long-distance retake here away from Denial. Solid play from Sick there, as you said, catching both headshots of the players playing the site, including that shot onto Legia, who was playing all the way back plat by the headshot box. Only had 13-ish HP, so it's actually a smart place to play. Forced the terrorist to hit a nice shot, hit that headshot, and that's exactly what he did. Legia set himself up perfectly to, have an aim duel, and he got outplayed pretty much immediately. I'm sure a lot of that has to do with the fact that he has 160 ping. Coming into this game, I knew ping was going to be an issue. I thought they would be hovering around 100, but 160 a piece for both those players may just be a bit too much. I feel like at that 160, you're kind of out of the advantage point, where like 100 ping can like kind of be an advantage if you use it right. But I think 160 is just too much of a delay.
So now into round 9. Denial not allowing Team Coast to get 2 rounds in a row. It didn't reset them like I thought, because I realized they didn't lose that many players, and they saved a ton of rifles that round. Stan at long gets a nice flashbang off, able to take down Sick and MKP. But before he finally gets traded out, so Invert, low HP, trying to get up into the bomb site. He's got to be careful here. Op in hand, he's very fast with it, but an errant shot from an AK could easily just rip him, and man, somehow he survives that. Shinobi not able to connect with a single bullet. Otherwise, Invert would be dead, and we'd be at an even 3-on-3.
Yeah, certainly a frag he should have locked up, but still do have this op on Whitmer, so they do have a playmaking ability. Invert is also in a really nadeable position here, but Vice is going to be seeing just a piece of him there. Able to get one frag. Dumore smartly falling back to CT, going to come away with his life. And easily a frag that Vice could have picked up there. 3-on-3, retake is on, but this one's close. So if I'm number 3, if I'm Scrunk, I'm waiting. Wait for your teammates. It's actually going to be hopping out and trying to kill Vice the planner. That was a ping issue, but still Scrunk getting the frag.
So Scrunk does find the one frag on the planter, but it's going to be up to Whitmer here. Actually, Whitmer's going to drop his way back. Bomb is going to be planted for him. He does have a teammate flanking up Catwalk, and this could be a gigantic flank. Gets the first one. Now they have to think about it. Whitmer misses the shot onto Dumore. Now they know where Shinobi is. He's out of position. Low on HP. They're trying to hunt him down. Does Dumore get on the bomb in time? Has the kit, and he will. So Team Coast does grab themselves a second round and prevent Denial from having 8.
Yeah, kind of weak retake play or anti-retake play from Denial, particularly from the pick guy. I expect a little bit more from him. Just staying alive, especially with the bomb not exactly planted for him. It's one of those spots where you can't. It wasn't like a normal long plan or one of the ones you could bank on, but still one where you want to stay alive just to pressure the CTs so your flanking teammate on Cat can do his thing and not worry about staying alive and kind of just be a terror. Didn't exactly work out for them, but man, at a 7-2 scoreline at this point in the game, and with how successful their retakes have been, I don't see why not just go right back on the buy. But thus far, Legia fighting it off, able to get one. Dumore blinding like everybody, able to not get anyone quite yet, but Invert is actually going to catch Sick.
Yeah, Invert with a good catch there. We actually have a huge flank coming out from Scrunk. He's going to try and force his way out. Stan's a great flash. Will peek, and between him and Scrunk, they end up mowing down all of Denial inside that B bomb site after their teammates died. So that'll be a 3rd round for Team Coast. 2 in a row now. Denial still with some cash. They can force a buy here, and it looks like they're going to.
Yeah, Denial has been playing really well thus far and doing some really good shooting, but it has been off the back of some inconsistent individualistic efforts from the team, and I'm worried that if some of their hotter players, like, say, Sick at 11-7, maybe Shinobi slows down a little bit, maybe they won't be able to keep it going. But, I mean, even on this force by Sick with a deagle in hand, can't be slowed down. I mean, how you can't. He's getting 1 deags on a save round.
Yeah, that is huge. If you're able to get those 1 deags in your favor, Sick hits that headshot, takes down Stanislaus, still trying to work his way up. Can he find another 1 deag here on Invert? Able to escape for the time being, but the op still rings true. It ends up catching him through the corner of the box. He'll go down to 17 HP, but at this point, all he's doing is trying to be a nuisance. Legia comes back to finalize it, but Whitmer in the B tunnels with an op. Hits the headshot on Dumor, who is pushing, and Denial, just like that, has earned the B bomb site after pulling a large rotate from the Team Coast players to A.
And they've been doing that all game, not only in the B bombs, but also just forcing Team Code to shuffle their feet all over the place. Particularly, they were doing a good job in the B bomb site, but just dominating the pace of the game. Retake flashes are coming in. Scrump not going to be looking the right way. Invert able to get one as Shinobi catches a return frag. Last man standing is going to be Legia, probably going to run away with that, but Shinobi. Oh, I was going to say not going to let him do it, but actually, it seems like he might.
Ooh, he's able to find 2 out of it, though. He forces it into a one-on-one. But Vice has already worked his way down to Xbox at double doors. He knows there wasn't enough time, and he's able to find the frag, and he saves an op for his teammate Whitmer nonetheless. So that'll be an 8th round in favor of Denial.
Yeah, the upside for Team Coast here being the rounds that they have been winning, specifically round 10, they've been keeping a lot of their players alive, so they're not exactly broke. Dumor essentially going to be playing the sick role of this round, armored up with just a pistol. Let's see if he can be as effective as Sick was last round, not only capturing attention, but also a frag for himself. Luckily, though, his buddy Invert can be taking a lot of that pressure off of him, using that really expensive op to their advantage early. Stanislaw as well, catching one with an M4.
No, I'm curious if that was just a mental mistake by Vice there, not able to catch that, or was he lagging? Because he just kind of stood in the doorway looking as I believe it was Stanislaw ends up pushing the long house, gets the seam shot on him, and just kind of mows him down. No reaction whatsoever from Vice, so I'm curious if he was lagging there.
Could have been a lag issue. Maybe he could have just been talking, waiting to break down the plan, wasn't ready to get pushed up on. I unfortunately was not looking at his cam, so I'm unsure. But for the sake of this game moving, I hope it's not lag.
Yeah, that would be terrible, but you never know. So we're going to be 3-on-5 in favor of Team Coast now. And Team Coast will be our CT-sided team is just watching to see if Doomhorn's able to jump up on top of platform, hit a shot for himself. Legia steps in with the CZ, gets one straight out frag, but the Denial take on the B bomb site is still on. They only have 2 players as Invert, Stanislaw, and Strunk are left alive, and both Shinobi and MKP have some damage into him. MKP down to 34 HP, and look at Shinobi trying to push out through the smoke. Invert gets caught from the side, or excuse me, Invert catches MKP from the side, so Denial earns their way into that bomb site. Scrunk was trying to have an op shot to him, ends up missing it, couldn't pick it up for his team, but that'll be a 4th round for Team Coast. Yeah,
and they're kind of finding their footing in a weird way at this point in the game, but this is one of those 50-50 maps, so I'm not ready to write Team Coast out of this. If they win out here, make an 8-7, it's not great, not terrible, it's pretty much average. They can get it going on the T side. I think they're still very much in this game, and Dumor's got a frag down here. That's 3 easy ones for him. Legia picking up the last 2, working really well off of his teammate. No traction at all for Denial on that round as all their players got gunned down. This game's actually breaking out a little closer than I thought it would be. It seems like Team Coast is figuring out Denial a little bit-ish. Denial has clearly shown a want or need for that B bomb site. Team Coast now doing a little better job of holding it. They were ready for a push there. They played like it. Hope Denial doesn't get solved here. That would be a bummer for them.
Yeah, that would be horrible, but, I mean, Team Coast making a game out of this. This is a very tight map. That's an 8-7 map here. It could go either way sidewise. Invert does open, going against the echoing Denial, and man, Whitmer, I'm getting quite a bit of choppiness out of watching him try and run around right now. That is rough. Whitmer ends up going down at long. The majority of the Denial players look pretty bad right now for me.
I think it might be you, because they're actually not for me. But your voice isn't laggy, so keep going.
Interesting. Weird, but Invert does find another op shot. That's 2 for him on the round, as we're just going to have Shinobi and Sick alive here. They do have the bomb at the A bomb site, but there's still a CT very close. That's going to be Invert, so Sick is going to try and get it off. Let's see if he's able to catch Invert. Ends up just getting his head ripped down to 1 HP. He's got Shinobi on the cover. Let's see if they can get it. They do get the bomb plant, so it'll be a 3-man retake attempt coming from Team Coast, but they have a huge advantage with rifles in their hands. As Sick actually finds a shot on Invert. He's got to be careful here. Same with Shinobi. And there it is. Legia hits the headshot. Dumor with the jump takes down Sick. Easy defuse comes out, and that's Team Coast grabbing a 6th round.
Yeah, I was nervous for Invert there, as he got killed by the 1 HP Sick who's hanging out inside. Denial still biding their time. Those 2 pistol rounds in a row, finding significantly more success in that last one than they had in their initial pistol. So Let's see if they can keep this train going and find the bomb site once again. That has not been an issue for them. Even, they've lost 5 or 6 rounds, excuse me, thus far, and 2 of them have been diffused losses. 3 of their wins have been explosions as well, so a lot of post-plan play coming out this game. They've been fighting for the map control, and for the most part, they've been winning it.
Oh, that's going to be Sick down in lower B tons. A little aggressive play comes out from Scrunk. He ends up getting caught out by Sick, who ends up getting flashed right in the face from the mid player. Actually, I believe that was Stanislaw who threw that. And Legia off in hand, doesn't care about how much he's lagging. Hits the first shot on Whitmer, gets a second one onto Sick as Invert with an op. Also, in the argument, he can't get himself another one. Vice will end up trading him out. We're going to be 3-on-2 now as Denial tries to take it into this A bomb site. Good smoke coverage. Does Legia really push through? No, he ends up getting caught by Shinobi. A little too close to the edge of that smoke. And Stanislaw, he's in the smoke. They know he's there. He's going to push anyways. They thought he fell out. Can he get pulled? And he will. They close the half. 8-7. Team Coast battled back very strong.
Yeah, they won, what, 7 out of those last 9 rounds? So they really gave Denial a working there. And even that last round didn't feel like one that Denial should have lost. But them's the breaks. Team Coast bringing themselves back into this game, making a 50-50 game, pretty much 50-50 here, as they've been using their stand-ins decently well. Scrunk not quite getting as loose as Legia here, but you know, they're all doing their part. Big pistol round coming out here for both teams here. I feel like if you're Denial, this is one that you came into with the mindset that you could win, that you should win. So for them to potentially give this one up could be kind of damaging to their mentality. But I'll be curious to see if Coast can keep this up. I'm a little shocked at how relatively easily or quickly Coast was able to figure out how to beat Denial and how quickly they were able to fully integrate that strategy.
So now we're just waiting for all the players to ready up here. We got 7 ready, so we can start the second half. Now we have 9, only 1 more to go. And that half started off very well for Denial. Then it kind of fell apart at the end, as Later was just saying there. I mean, 7 out of the 9 rounds, final rounds. Wow, man, I can't even talk right now.
You got that.
7 of the last 9 rounds went in favor of Team Coast. Denial only picking up 2 of those rounds. And Denial needs to get this thing back in their favor. They need to retake the momentum here to stop Team Coast from coasting to a victory on map number 1.
Nailed it. You nailed it. Coasting to a victory. You were all over that one. By the way, Coast and Liquid, there's some serious pun potential there in that series. Just saying. I haven't cooked any up, but Coast Liquid, think about it. A lot of puns there. Should be. Let's see what Coast can do here. Looks like they're going to be moving their way over towards the long A part of the map. Actually, it looks like they may be aiming for Cat. Going to be a better play as there's 2 players, Sick and Whitmer, over there towards long. If they rush their way up Cat now and are able to be elusive enough to get past Shinobi, perhaps they could wrap behind those 2 long A players. And Shinobi has to be timing this. I'm surprised we're not seeing Whitmer already rotating out back towards the site, and there he goes.
So into round 16, the first round of the second half of this thing. Pistols are out between these 2 teams. MKP in great position here. Got to look over the top of the smoke, though, to try and find some shots. He's going to queue in, allow his teammates to know it's a for sure mid to B split. But Vice inside the site, not able to get anything. He ends up going down. Shinobi on the push. He goes down too, so Denial in a little bit of trouble here, but they do have a ton of damage out on these Coast players. It's going to be up to Sick and MKP to try and get this retake.
Yeah, MKP this entire game has not been it for his team. 3-11. Let's see if he can step up now. He's going to get dinked and probably pushed off here. That's pretty much what happens. Legia finding 6, Stanislaw finding MKP. I was talking about it before. Denial, a lot of Denial's success was off those just wow plays, like Whitmer picking up that, 1-on-3, Sick, fragging in unlikely situations, things like that. And now that has subsided a little bit for the most part, it seems like no one is picking up that slack, and it's certainly not MKP thus far. Sick needs to keep it up. He can't slow down. I said before that they needed to slow him down. They did a bad job because they lost that round where I said it, but they do very much need to. I mean, if they can keep him down, it seems like they can keep the entire Denial team down.
And Coast is going to be cruising through this round. Only 1 player left alive now. It's going to be Whitmer. He does get himself the Pro 90. He's got to try and get away. They know he's in lower B, and Invert just has to escape here, or he can hit the back pedal scout shot to take Whitmer down. And Team Coast now has the lead by 1 round. Can they extend it to 2 off another anti-eco?
Well, would not be too shocking, and doesn't look like Denial is going to be investing heavily in this round with armor or anything. So those SMGs are going to be dollar bill printers here for Coast if they could rack up the frags with them. Nothing too unconventional here coming out from Denial. Still going with that standard 2-1-2 pistol gameplay, not trying to spring a trap on Coast or anything. But Coast, they seem like they are wary of Denial potentially trying something and it's just not happening. I'm curious if that will continue to be a developing case, and Skronk going to be one of the first players up here, going to be trying to dodge the Shinobi 1D, and certainly will do just that.
Yeah, Dumore and Invert in there. Able to get two, but here comes the push, and Legia is able to take down Vice and MKP, the final two CTs alive. That's Team Coast going up by 2 rounds now, but Denial will be back onto a full buy this round. So it's going to be up to Denial here to prevent Team Coast from going up by 3. But all the momentum is in Team Coast's favor. Let's see how much they upgrade here. And it looks like they're just going to go full tilt towards B with a lot of SMGs. And that's pretty much what it looks like they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a terrible play if it works out. There's going to be a lot of pressure on Legia if those SMGs don't get it done. Botched nade thrown right off the bat could put them in a lot of trouble here, but their flashes seem to have worked. 1-for-1 trade thus far. Make that 2-for-1 now in favor of the CTs. 2-for-2 overall. So far, so good for the Ts, I'd say, with those SMGs.
Yeah, looking good. They're able to earn their way into the B bomb site. They get the bomb planted. It'll be Sick, Shinobi, and Whitmer. The retake attempt here, and Sick gets pushed automatically. Gets the Molotov right in his face. He's going to try and re-peek anyways, though. It's going to be him and Whitmer alive. We actually have 2 more with a P90. Steps out the doors, knows the CTs are there. There goes Sick, and Whitmer having to go on to a save as Team Coast will be up by 3, and Denial in trouble now.
Yeah, kind of on the ropes here, particularly as Whitmer just misses that shot as well, a little uncharacteristically, I'd say. But I wasn't looking at his camera. Maybe it was a crazy flick. Who knows? He's going to be pressured here by Stanislaw on Cat. He's going to see him. He's going to know what's up, and he will actually get the frag. So he should be out of trouble here. I don't think Dumore is going to be able to jumping frag him this time, and he won't. So it is an off takeaway here for Whitmer, sitting on some armor. Got some money, maybe drop a teammate, but yeah, if you're Denial, you really lost your grip on this game fairly quickly. Skronk, he does not care. He's still Mac 10ing. He's going to make that gun work for him, and his economy is going to thank him for it later. One gun to deal with. It is on Whitmer. They're going to be going right for the B-bomb site. They're denialing Denial.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to work out here. They have that SMG. He's going to be trying to lead the way. He gets completely blind. Ends up... Oh, no, he doesn't end up getting killed right there. But he's still going to step out. Finally, Vice will take him down. So this B-rush kind of upended, at least for the time being, until MKP finds a pistol shot on Dumore. Vice steps up for another frag also. So bomb down, bad location for Team Coast here. Legia's got to hit some shots while lagging. Ends up taking down Shinobi, gets the nade frag. That is going to be guns picked up in favor of Denial here. And they have stuff to work with. They got an M4, they got an AK, and they have the op. And both of the T's alive here. It's going to be Invert and Legia are in the B tunnels.
Yeah, not where you want to be if you're Team Coast. This round kind of fell apart for them rather quickly. And actually that sound of the smoke hitting one of the players is going to be enough for Sick. Should be able to catch this frag here.
Wow.
Paints Legia in the back just a little bit. Hits him down to 44. Terrorist now trying to make a play of some kind. But either way, the bomb was picked up there by Legia. So good moves from him.
Yeah, and they're trying to just speed their way up to this A bomb site through Catwalk. Sick is going to be the man there defending. Ends up hitting the headshot on Invert, looking to find the second one on the Legia. Look at Legia, gets him, but Whitmer quick on the trade out, and Denial brings this game back here within 2 rounds as they grab themselves a 9th round and finally get a CT side round of their own.
Including a just incredibly unlikely round win there, a super cheap one for them. Whitmer able to continue to hold on to that off. Still using it. Still going to be banking, what, $4,000 on the round. MKP also able to pick one up. I want MKP to start fragging, not trying to, you know, call him out, but I feel like the rest of the team has been playing so fantastically and it must be so frustrating to not be able to step up with them. 5 frags is not cutting it. I really feel like if he was up there with 12, 13, 14 frags, very easily could have made the difference on a lot of those terrorist side rounds.
Pop shot coming out, almost takes down Skronk right there in mid, so Team Coast now kind of on the back foot, but Denial desperately needs to get 2 in a row. As you can see, they're pretty heavily bought out into this round, except for Whitmer and Vice, who still got some cash to make a buy with, but Shinobi, MKP are at $0 and Sick all the way down to only $700 in the bank. So Denial really needs to win this one to keep that money flow going in their direction and prevent Team Coast from just tearing away with this game.
Yeah, luckily they do have 3 players over there towards the A bomb site, so they're about as prepped for this as they could be, but they don't have any mid control here, so I'm not sure if they know how many are on cat or even if they're on cat. If Sick is feeling it, maybe he heard Stanislaw make a step before, but with these nades coming out, it's actually a nade hitting Sick. It's quite apparent what's going on here. Something's going on. Someone fell down. It's Legia. He's in CT spawn. Sick's going to be trying to hunt him down here. And he will. Back too.
Whitmer trying to get a second frag here. Teammate steps up to help him out, but Invert and Stanislaw hit some shots. They make it an even 3-on-3 now. It'll be a 3-man retake attempt coming from Bison, Shinobi, and MKP. And look at that. Shinobi gets 2 on Catwalk. I don't know what Stanislaw was doing there, but he wasn't ready for it. And Bice will come up the ramp to get the final frag of the round. And that is exactly what Denial needed. Getting 2 rounds in a row to bolster their economy. And that'll make this an 11-10 game.
Wow, yeah, Sick fragging so well and keeping his team in it. Legia could have made a ton of trouble there if he was able to securely get to CT spawn. And also Shinobi working that same flank that he did on one of the terrorist side retakes. I can't remember which one it was. He actually hopped from long last time. He might have done the same thing. He might have gone long all the way around Cat on the flank this last round too. I only caught it once he was pushed up Cat, but finally got it done. I feel like the first time it was kind of like unfinished business. He had a really good flank, couldn't win the round off it. He kind of should have, or at least made a bigger play. So this time, got it done for his team. Just like that, Denial, when we were doubting them, have snapped their way right back into this game. Buy up for both teams here is going to be super important. No ops out here for Coast.
Yeah, Team Coast now losing their momentum here. They're bought out into this thing. If they're not able to win this one, they're going to go on to a save. But Legia does open up, able to take down Vice. MKP, got to be careful, gets stepped up on at the platform. 2 more is able to hit that shot. Now, we lose actually Sick right at the door too, and look at that, Whitmer and Shinobi already committing to the save here. They have to save this round as Coast will grab a 12th and look good onto it. The only thing is there, oh no, we actually lost a player, and that was Vice. So maybe the lag issue was real.
Possibly. Hoping it was just a restart. We'll find out. No one paused yet, so maybe he's anticipating coming back after the save, and he is doing just that. 2 players are going to be pushing up towards Whitmer here. Ooh, Invert not going to be on the right end of that first engagement. Stanislaw trying his luck here as well. Don't think this one is going to work out for him, but don't want Whitmer to hold on to that op. If you could possibly deny him here. It seems like they're going to be unable to. Shinobi cutting off the other angle well as well. And with that, Team Coast are going to be extending their lead by 2 rounds here. A lot of money still flowing for Denial. They are going to be able to buy up around the op that they have. They may even be able to get a second one if they wanted to. But no, it's going to be rifles. They are still sitting on a bunch of cash, though, so they're not exactly out of it if they lose this one. But if you're Denial, you don't want to lose this one. This would be a momentum killer for them big time.
Yeah, this would be rough for Denial. I mean, they're going to spend what they can in this. They're going to try and buy up around the guns that they already have. They're only down by 2 rounds now, but Team Coast going back and forth here, and that will always favor the T-sided team. And Whitmer pushed up on Catwalk. Playing the angle, able to catch Invert as he tries to cross over on the opposite side of Palm Tree in mid.
Did Invert have an op? Yes, he did, and it's actually Stanislaw who's going to be picking that up, so powerful weapon. Going to be retained here for the terrorists. Let's see if they could use it. Legia going to be shift walking out mid with the rest of his teammates. 6 seems to be somewhat aware of it. Good self-pop, but oh, not good enough. Actually, do more. Not blind. MKP going to have a second chance at this. A bunch of players not blind, still only able to get 1, 3-on-3 overall. Shinobi, oh, you're going to get punished for it this time, bud. Oh, he did it. He got the frag. Make that 2 for him.
And that's a good 2-for-1 trade there to force Dumore into this round by himself. Denial right back into this argument. And man, Vice is ready. Dumore's going to push right into him. Vice should have an easy spray down. Ends up connecting. That'll be an 11th round now for Denial, as they're not out of this yet. They had 2 in a row, dropped around. Now they're right back in it. And their economy is suffering from that 1 loss, but it's not horribly bad.
This game continues to be crazy round after crazy round. As you said, buy up coming in for Coast. 2 AKs thus far. It's going to be up to interesting to see what Dumore buys here. Going to be going with an AK last minute, so not using that 6K for an op. B take potentially incoming here. We're going to see Scrunk and Stanislaw hanging out top mid. The rest of the terrorists are going to be all over the B tunnels, mostly going towards the lower, so probably not a B execute quite yet, but we'll see how the round breaks down. Shinobi, oh, getting caught again. Should have got caught last round.
Yeah, ends up getting very aggressive at Long A House. Will end up getting taken down by Scrunk. So Team Coast starting this round off right in their favor, getting the opening frag here. You just have to worry about Whitmer and that op. Let's see if Whitmer is able to get anything going for himself. But Team Coast does have the one-man advantage from the T side here on Dust 2.
Certainly. Flash is coming out mid. We're putting some pressure here on the two B players as they are completely cut off of CT. It's going to be Vice and MKP getting pinched on. A frag here on Allegia will be big for Vice.
Invert does take down MKP, but Vice is there fast and trying it out. Vice is able to get 2 before he finally goes down. And Sick, though, will make this an even 2-on-2. We're going to have Invert and Stan versus Sick and Whitmer. They do the fake plant. Flash comes in. Sick comes over the top, drops down, able to take down Invert. Stanislaw kind of stuck. They're trying to figure out where he is. He's able to get an angle onto Sick, who wasn't ready for him. Whitmer's going to go on the peak. Can he fire off the AK fast enough? No, he's not able to. Stanislaw will take him down. That's a 13th round now for Team Coast.
That's a tough one for Denial to lose as well, because their economy not going to fully recover from that when they're all over the place economically. And that was a round that Vice actually fought really hard for, hanging out by the Xbox Insight. Got 2 frags when he very easily could have gotten none, and kept his team in the round. And for them to lose that 2-on-1 is, it was a 2-on-2 actually, to be fair, is a little upsetting if you're Denial, especially at this stage of the game. You're trying to keep it competitive, and getting ecoed, not what you're looking for. They are going to have some crazy map control here, as they have Team Coast pushed all the way back onto their portion of the map, with Stanislaw going to get some breathing room with his buddy there, Scrunk, catching a frag apiece.
Stanislaw also gets one. It's actually 2 for Stan now, as it's just going to be Shinobi and MKP left here. They're going to be on the eco with pistols, going to be trying to hold on. We're actually going to have MKP go on the peak just when Shinobi does. Both trying to push into the B tunnels. Neither of them find a frag, and Team Coast will escape with the 14th round in their favor, not dropping a single rifle that round either.
This is it. This is the round for Denial. They're not going to be raking in that bonus money, so they can't even bank on guns for next round. This is Denial's chance to stop Coast from effectively stealing this game away from them. I'm not sure if they're capable of it. I didn't expect to be doubting Denial's ability at this stage of the game, particularly with how they started, but either way, a long take is on. Shinobi not going to get it done. Whitmer also not going to get it done, but a third man in Sick could. Gets 2 frags. Needed a third one, I think, to stay competitive in the round. They did a pretty good job, Strong. Yeah, not letting this one break down.
Yeah, that was just Team Coast all over the map. Big shutdown at long A, and then forcing their way down through mid to get the trade-out frags that they needed. Team Coast now at match point here, or excuse me, map point on map number 1. This is a best-of-2 series. Team Coast only needs 1 of these remaining rounds to give themselves the win on map 1.
Seems like this round very well could be it, too. That's 2 5.7s, a Deagle, and 2 FAMASs here coming out for Denial. Going to take some auto sniper damage courtesy of Scrunk crossing mid, but the V-take is certainly on. I'm not sure if they're going to have the firepower to hold this one off. MKP now looking the right way at all. Leggy actually catching a nade onto Vice as well with a teammate. Actually, not even with a teammate. That was unassisted. So, good work by Legia. Single-handedly opening up the B bomb site, catching a third one onto CT. He's closing this game out. It's done.
Yeah,
Legia
only
is
going to be
on.
Yeah, there's only going to be Sick and Whitmer left alive. Whitmer ends up going down to Strunk. Sick gets spotted out in CT spawn, and Team Coast takes map number 1, 16-11. I think the big story here is Legia top fragging for the entire match with 170 ping almost the entire time.
Tied with his buddy Stanislaw there to put up a hell of a fight throughout the entire game. 25 frags apiece. I mean, when you think about 50 frags overall grabbed by 2 of your players, I mean, that's like that's like half your team's frags grand total right there, picked up by 2 of your players, so you still have 3 more remaining. Tough one, I think, to lose if you're Denial, particularly just how strong that start was and how pressed back they had Denial, and yet Denial just stepping up huge when they needed to. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, that was Denial's map pick, right?
Let me check. That was actually Denial's map pick, yes. So now we go into Team Coast map pick.
Ooh, Team Coast map pick, which was Mirage, which Denial just be Liquid on. They're starting CT side first. That doesn't feel right. I mean, if I'm Team Coast, I'm significantly more nervous than I was before, and thus far, I'm not sure if this necessarily bodes well for their potential performance against Liquid, but they still have 1 more map as a buffer to get some practice in before they do have to face that scary match. So I'm curious what they're going to bring to the table here. I think this is one that if Denial is able to make that comeback happen, I think they can keep that momentum riding and really put a hurting on Coast here on this map. Do you agree? Where do you fall in?
Team Coast brought that back very strong. They were shooting well, and I mean, if you could get shooting like that again, I think it's going to be
Right.
very, very tough for Denial to be able to win this one.
Yeah, I mean, even if you can get Scrunk going, he, was kind of the MKP of his team for that
Yeah.
game. Not really getting it done, doing some damage here or there, catching frags. Didn't really step up like he is capable of. We saw glimpses of it, but overall, just couldn't really get it done. If he shows up as well with Stanislaw Legia, I mean, this is over. But we are still waiting for 7 players to ready up at this moment, so I think we're going to be taking a quick break here. But before we do, just remember, you could follow both of us on Twitter. I think our Twitter names are either below our faces or above them or next to them, somewhere on the screen. You can check them out. Go to twitter.com, follow us, check out our casting schedules. They all get tweeted about. I tweet random garbage all the time. I'm sure Misled does too. In fact,
Tons of garbage.
In fact, I know it. And he wears Versace sunglasses and flip-flops, so check him out.
Tons of garbo.
Super cool. Tons of Garbo. Twitter.com. Check it. We'll be right back.